You're just seconds away from Western Oregon's leading news team. NBC 16 News at 11 starts now.
Oh, here it goes.
Brand new video tonight showing exactly why so many people are in the dark right now. Sparking and spitting transformers, trees coming down, a common sight across much of Oregon right now. People across the Pacific Northwest are still digging out of this weekend's powerful snowstorm. Heavy snow, ice, and freezing rain hitting both Seattle and Portland. Good evening, I'm Kendall Bartley.
And I'm Alan Matthews. Portland Electric reported down power lines and trees because of the ice buildup. More than 320,000 customers were without power across Oregon. Now, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler announced an emergency due to the hazardous weather, closing government offices at noon today. And Portland Fire and Rescue says they've gotten a surge of 911 calls related to down power lines. In the last 24 hours, they've responded to 366 of those calls. Now, for comparison, their average for that amount of time when there's not a storm going on is 3.
It's a small fraction of those calls that are actually an immediate life threat. And that's really the kind of calls that we want to make sure that we're focusing our crews on.
Asking people not to call 911 for down power lines unless they're arcing, setting fires, or causing immediate danger to a person. For other down lines, they recommend contacting PGE to report. Some good news, though, for the Eugene-Springfield area. Currently no reports of power outages in our region. And since our area is outage-free, we're told that EWEB sent 3 crews up north to help.
And also in Portland, a family says it may have been their father in a vehicle that was seen careening off the Glen Jackson Bridge last night. Antonio Amaro Lopez did not come home last night, and he drives that route.
Now, his vehicle does match the description of the car seen going off the bridge. No one has found that vehicle.
Lincoln Graves spoke to Lopez's daughter and has more tonight.
Antonio Amaro Lopez's family didn't want him to go to work Valentine's Day morning. They knew the weather would make his drive home to Southeast Portland possibly dangerous.
I tried to encourage him not to go to work, to call out. Like I said, he's hardworking.
His family hasn't seen him since. His route home takes him over the Glen Jackson Bridge. This is the bridge in good weather, but on Sunday night, snow was piled up on the sides, and witnesses reported a vehicle losing control and going over a guardrail into the river.
They described it as a dark red or purple SUV, and he has a maroon Subaru Tribeca.
The family says they've been told there have been some searches for the missing vehicle, first by the Coast Guard, then by Portland police. But they wish for more. Abby says they drove up and down Marine Drive today and saw no one.
And that's what's also heart-wrenching, that we didn't see anybody searching for him.
She understands how dire the situation is, but she says the family just wants definitive answers while still hoping for a miracle.
I mean, we just want him back. And I feel like if they're able to find the car, the driver, I mean, at least we can get a step closer. We just want him back.
Lincoln Graves, NBC 16 News.
Now, we did reach out to the Coast Guard, but have yet to hear back. We're told that Portland police have taken over the investigation, but we haven't heard from them tonight either. The family says there will be another search tomorrow, but they're not sure what time.
The Safeway in Troutdale is closed after a roof collapsed today, and staff say right now it's unclear when they can reopen again. Employees are not allowed in the building because of safety concerns.
The collapse happened this afternoon, and Gresham Fire tells us this was due to snowpack and frozen drain pipes on the roof. The metal structure, ceiling panels, and lights all caved in, but firefighters say there was only one minor injury.
We have done a search inside the store for the areas we can get into where we're not likely to get caught in a further collapse. And we're pretty confident that there's not somebody in there, but there are some areas that we can't see because it's under the snow and portions of the roof.
The fire marshal is still evaluating the risks.
And it's not just the Safeway. The roof at the Old Navy in Gresham also crashed in from the heavy snow and ice this afternoon. Now, the collapse also caused the front door to blow open. The store was evacuated and no one was hurt.
The director of the Oregon agency responsible for coordinating the storm response says the state is doing its job. Andrew Phelps says most agencies are working behind the scenes on things like coordinating fuel deliveries to hospitals, keeping state roads clear, and making sure utility companies have resources they need. Phelps says the power restoration will take time, but that does not mean people aren't working around the clock to fix it. The state works with private utility companies to get power back on.
There are hundreds of miles of line that are out, thousands of impact points with the utility lines, and that's going to take time to restore that power. But I know that those utility companies and the state partners are going to keep working until power comes on for every Oregonian.
Phelps says the one challenge has been the ongoing bad weather.
And the snowstorm is also affecting the vaccine rollout in Oregon. The Oregon Health Authority saying that poor travel conditions are delaying this week's shipment of new doses. Health experts saying new coronavirus cases are low this week as the weather has delayed testing.
The winter storms that brought ice and plummeting temperatures to much of the country is causing the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to issue a carbon monoxide warning. Right now, close to 4 million people are without power in Texas, Oregon, Louisiana, Virginia, and Mississippi. So the health agency is urging people not to turn on gas ovens or stoves, fire up grills inside, or climb into cars to warm up. They say doing so could lead to sickness or even death. Officials say more than 400 Americans die each year from carbon monoxide poisoning. Well, moving now to a look at weather this evening, getting a nice shot over the city of Eugene as we saw some more rain for the day today.
We did, and NBC 16's Brisa Mendez joins us now in the Weather Center with a first look at our weather, which was mainly rain, which is nice compared to what we've been reporting all day.
Yes, Kendall, we're definitely going to see those increasing rains throughout tomorrow and heading into the week. However, Wednesday we will get a little break. As of right now, temperatures in the mid-40s with 45 degrees, overly calm with 9 miles per hour, a wind coming in from the south. Now, as we take a quick look into satellite and radar, overcast clouds, a little bit of showers up in core valleys. We're going to see those showers increase throughout. Now, Portland, we were tracking the winter storm up there. However, now they're starting to see the rain with those green pockets. Hopefully that will help melt down some snow. Now, as we take a quick look into the temperatures, we're going to be dropping into the lower 40s and picking up tomorrow in the upper 40s. But watches and warnings have been in effect for Texas as they've been hit by that winter storm. I'll break it all down coming up next in my full forecast.
Thanks, Brisa. New at 11, the Lane County Sheriff's Office investigating a tree that was cut down in the Willamette Summit area of Spencer Butte.
Right now, they say it appears to be an act of vandalism. NBC 16's Angelina Dixon has those details.
I'm at the bottom of the Spencer Butte Park trailhead where I'm taking cover from the rain just a little bit. But the focus for the Lane County Sheriff's Office is at the top in the summit area where a tree was cut down Friday. They're trying to find out who and why.
Well, it's not a tragedy when a big tree goes down, especially when it's been taken down by a human.
In the wind and rain Monday, Mennekin and a companion climbed over 2,000 feet to the top of Spencer Butte for the view, but saw this tree cut down. He says people are always cutting down trees in Oregon. The Lane County Sheriff's Office says this one was cut down Friday. They say that's all they know so far, while the investigation remains ongoing. It was a lonely tree that sat at the base of rocks. It's unclear how old or how tall it was, but it was personal to many people. Some even left flowers. The city of Eugene says they don't have plans to replace it because of the fear of repeated vandalism.
One of the reasons this tree is so special is because it's part of a number of trees up there that are, growing in this rocky outcrop, which is its own unique habitat.
Shadwick says her department is working on a way to remove the tree from the summit. In Eugene, I'm Angelina Dixon reporting.
Lane County Sheriff's Office asks if you have any information about the tree to please come forward. You can find their contact information on our website at NBC16.com.
And we're learning more tonight about a fatal shooting that happened in Cottage Grove over the weekend. Sunday morning around 9:30, Cottage Grove police responded to a home off Tyler Street where a witness says they heard calls for help. Officers found 48-year-old Conrad Schupkegel found dead. They also found 24-year-old Kyle Schupkegel with a gunshot wound. Now, Kyle was taken to Riverbend Hospital and is expected to survive. It's unclear how the two are related. Police tell us it's also unclear if both victims' injuries came from the same gun.
It's part of the investigation we're looking at. We're going to have to do some forensics. We've taken some samples of blood and stuff from the residents, secured weapons, seized some weapons, and until we get more information from the autopsy, we wouldn't be able to comment.
Shepard said autopsy will be done this week and they're continuing to investigate. We'll keep you updated as we get more information. Coming up on NBC 16 News at 11, as winter weather cleanup continues north of our region, we take a look at how the Portland Zoo was impacted.
We've also got a look at the latest numbers in the coronavirus pandemic in the state.
Plus, we hear frustrations from a 4J parent over the return to learn guidelines and the new rules.